I mean, hey man, sometimes GSP is more important than actual real-world dollars from a Wi-Fi tournament.
Yeah, instead of chasing the bag, you know.
We're chasing the bot, trying to put him in this. Starting Smashville.
And looks like JoJ is starting with his Ike, even though his recovery is neutered versus Rob. He still believes in his Ike and wants to try him out game 1.
Yeah, he went on record saying he thinks Ike's recovery is a little bit better than Wolf's when fighting Rob, which I guess I can make sense. A little bit more in the mix-up potential category, I would say. But still something you've got to be careful for, because Rob just can snuff you out in an instant.
Exactly.
A lot of up-piece coming out from JoJ so far, just avoiding those lasers, gyros as best as he can. Yeah, the good thing about quick draw is if you hit someone with it, of course, you can still act out of it as opposed to just kind of letting it rip, which is so important. Oh my goodness, and the spike from JoJ.
Wow, did you see how big his sword was? He hit him from so high up.
Ragnell is a big sword that can... That's rivaling the Buster Sword. I mean, really, that thing's big.
Right. It's a two-handed sword, and Ike just swings it around with one hand.
Hey man, he's strong. Although I will say, JoJ prefers the Twink Ike skin as opposed to Buff Ike, so your mileage may vary on that one.
I don't blame him on that. I prefer the first Ike skin as well.
Oh, Retrobot first up smash out of shield to catch JoJ slipping. Gets the job done pretty well, even up that stock count. Only a slight difference in percentage so far, though.
Yeah, that's something you see MJ do a lot. He likes to do up smash out of shields, and it seems like it's no different with the Retrobot.
Hey man, it's a good option. You press that button.
It's a very good option. What's also a good option is Ike's Nair.
Yeah. I mean, even on parry, we just saw that Retrobot really couldn't do much because he's missed it. What was that?
Wow.
Just the neutral special right in front of his face.
That was interesting. I don't know if he meant to do that or not, but
it worked.
It worked, and I think he's in Retrobot's head now.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about that, I'll be honest. There's just I'm perplexed. That's how that managed to work for JoJ. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Excellent. Gets that, just kind of avoids the spinny arms, gets the nair, gets the back air, gets the stock.
True. And I think that was a good idea for going for back air instead of up air for JoJ, because I don't know if up air would have taken the stock or not.
Yeah, I mean, the blast zone's already close nearby. See if it'll kill. And Rob's heavy, you gotta remember.
Yes, he's very heavy. So KOing him off the top of the screen is much harder than off the side.
Yeah, Special's got the stage reports for killing off the side with his blast zones. JoJ right now trying to hold on to this stock as best as he can because he's at 139. Oh, the parry that time, you know, not as well spaced as before. Yeah, a 2 for 2 right now in terms of stocks with up smash.
Retrobot grabbing JoJ out of his up B. Even though it has super armor, you can grab people out of that.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. Just getting up air trained for days as JoJ's attempting to land. Nothing quite yet. Getting caught up by down tilt, which is crazy good as well.
And it looks like Retrobot is running away with his lead, and JoJ trying to climb his way back.
Yeah, JoJ is just really being careful about not kind of overexerting himself, not going too hard to pressure. Very close percentages right now, and he's just like, he wants the percents, he wants the kill confirms.
For sure. Yeah, he doesn't want to let this game last too much longer because Rob, when you get to a high enough percent, he can down throw you, and then it's a mix up on whether you mash or not.
Yeah, and of course that platform in the center in case he wants to go for something like up throw, but that's not even going to happen because one back air is all it takes, catching the tournament winner from Retrobot.
No sympathy from me.
Retrobot. Rob's hitbox is just so big that you don't have to be nearly as accurate when you throw a hitbox at him. And on top of Ike's sword just being huge, it just hit Retrobot pretty low.
So maybe Retrobot needs to make a little bit of adjustments. Maybe a stage counter pick. We'll see. But hey, you know, he's down, but not out.
For sure. He definitely still has a chance on making a 2-game comeback. I can see him wanting Smashville, though, even though it's a smaller stage with smaller blast zones. If he does get Ike with a laser or a top or a side B, it can take Ike's stock very easily.
Yeah, we saw earlier that, you know, JoJ lost his jump, and if Retrobot pressured just a little bit more, he could have just taken this whole stock entirely, because if he doesn't have his double jump, that's when things get scary.
Definitely.
Hey, just as you said, looks like we're going back to Smashville. Retrobot finds this comfortable in himself, and it was a very close game, so it makes sense to me.
Yeah, it didn't look too good for Retrobot in the beginning, and then he made that huge comeback and almost was able to take the game from it.
Yeah. Actually, I really like how he used the booster to kind of dance just a little bit over that down tilt from Joj. And now Joj, again, controlling center stage just for a little bit, trying to get as much percentage as he can, but Retrobot is just doing great at kind of answering back with that percentage.
True, yeah. Yeah, it looked like Joj got the first few interactions to secure his lead, and Retrobot just hitting him, or hitting Joj where he can, and just making this comeback, and now he's in the lead.
Very kind of close percentages for both these competitors right now. Joj trying to find something, maybe a little bit of a kill confirm, but I mean, just gets snapped up by the back here from Retrobot. Not much he can do about that, unfortunately. Tries to go for just the rawest of reads, but not panning out.
It's mostly safe just because you have all that invincibility frame from coming down the spawn platform.
I mean, I respect it. If you can make that once in a lifetime read with that invincibility, I mean, you just get the stock for that and you even it up. So it's if you have the willpower, it could be worth it sometimes.
Right. It's just like Smash 4 Bayonetta that as soon as they spawn, they throw out an up smash for something to try and bait them in.
Jojo just trying to do an up smash there, getting caught up by the spinning arms of Retrobot. And now Retrobot's just starting to run away with it. Jojo not really, they're finally actually getting that kill with that forward tilt, but still over 80% behind right now.
Yeah, if the opponent fighting Ike is playing on point and they're just avoiding Ike's moves because they're pretty slow, it can be pretty hard for Ike to take the stock.
Yeah, but I mean, as we say that, Joj, he finds a way no matter what. Already 73% on Retrobot's second stock. Gets caught out recovering high, and the side B from Retrobot is going to secure him that stock. And there's the same forward smash from last stock, working out this time, evening it up instantly.
Wow. I mean, if it doesn't work and you think you try and mix it up, no, you don't need to mix it up. You just go for it again.
I mean, if not mixing it up is the mix-up, and it worked. So can you blame him?
Yeah, I mean, it is a mix-up to not mix it up, you know?
The no mix-up mix-up, it is famous. All the pros know it.
But if you're fighting somebody that does the same thing over and over, then there's no mix-up on the mix-up of not mixing up, you know?
Exactly. You're speaking the language of truth, and I hope everyone hears it. Again, going high, and he lets her rip, just getting caught by a Retrobot's up smash, and that is unfortunate.
True. Yeah, the thing about Ike's quick draw is you can react to if the opponent is getting ready to try and two-frame you, or if they're ready for you to go onto the stage. But I believe online, it's a little bit harder to react to, so you have to kind of make your decision a little bit earlier. And it seems like Retrobot called out Joj for going high and manages to make the hard call out with the out smash.
So now it's Joj's turn to see kind of how he wants to answer back. I mean, he was doing pretty well for himself. It's just that unfortunately that recovery made such a big difference.
Yeah, Retrobot did a lot better that time. It seems like he made a few adjustments and figured out how Joj wants to play, and now we need to see if Joj can figure a counter adjustment. Sorry, words are hard. To the way Retrobot is playing.
Opting to go to PS2, and I think this makes sense because I believe that Ike can still get those Nair combos off the platforms into the up air conversions. So, I mean, if Joj can find those, gives himself a few nice kill confirms, more power to him.
Yeah, Ike can definitely skill combo off these platforms, and it might even be better on this stage because of the low blast zone.
Yeah, make a difference as well. And I really want to note that Jojo's been doing really well for himself, not getting caught by grabs, getting sent into those spirals that you could see other big players like Wadi and, of course, MJ use. But it's actually the up smashes that are really making a big difference here, and that's what Jojo needs to keep in mind. Just parrying just multiple times, forward smash going nowhere, though.
It seems like Retrobot wants to play campy, but he's also jumping in a lot. So I'm not sure what's going on, but he manages to hit Joj with a back air and now does not get the gimp though.
Yeah, very close percentage. Again, up smash. How many times will Joj get hit by it? Unfortunately for him, he is just not finding that forward smash. No mix up.
Yeah, not this time for Retrobot.
Yeah, Retrobot managed to come out unscathed this game so far, but we'll see if that second stock is going to come out for him.
Ike, being a very strong character, is not out of this game quite yet. He can take the stock pretty easily.
Yeah, Retrobot trying to stall a little bit, trying to, right himself as he finds a landing, but the way he's landing is from the Angel platform as JoJ catches him, evens up that stock count 2-2, and hey, nice job shielding that spinny arms, gets some percentage on board for himself as well, which is really what you want to see.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's slowly making this comeback.
Yeah, just doing a really good job trying to avoid the kind of main staples of Rob right now. Being so agile, trying to avoid getting grabbed, trying to avoid getting up smashed, just nairs and forward airs going buck wild. He forward smashes the gyro because he's just sick of it being on stage, and I don't blame him.
I don't know if he meant to do that, but it was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was. And at the same time, you see him spot dodging the up smash, a little bit more aware of what's really causing him a lot of problems.
Yeah, he did not want to get hit by that up smash again. But Rob, one of his few weaknesses is his disadvantage state, so JoJ trying to keep Rob there as long as possible.
Yeah, hey, catches him just with the tip of Ragnell on that forward tilt. Has now one stock left on Retrobot as he's just trying to get him no tech. Not the biggest follow-up. Gets stuck on the platform and a down smash instead of up smash from Retrobot, missing.
Yeah, not sure if that was a miss input or if he was just trying to catch a landing with down smash. But now JoJ has the lead at 160%. Wow, that was so close. Luckily,
yeah, that traded.
The side B trades with Rob side B.
I didn't know that could happen, but the more you learn. Now he's sitting back at ledge, getting just slapped around by Gyro. How is he going to recover clear draw? Going low, smartly recognizing the situation as Retrobot committed to that option. 224% now. JoJ is just coming back, not getting grabbed, getting the up B, more percentage on board for himself. A second up B, and he opts to go for the suicide trade to end the set.
That was so smart. I didn't know that would actually straight up take the stock from that high up, but it did.
Yeah, I was actually a little bit worried that Rob could recover because that's happened to me when I did the trade as Cloud. But no, he takes him all the way to the bank, sends him all the way to the Shadow Realm down below in loser's bracket as JoJ cements himself comfortably in winner's final.
True, now he has to fight ZD.
Yeah, ZD, who is a monster in of himself. But of course, before that, we are actually going to get GG George versus Blob, I believe, playing for losers 7th.
Okay. I've been seeing Blob a lot in these tournaments recently. Do you know if he enjoys competing again?